Hey Vikings faithful, Skol Nation, are you ready to dive into the heart of the 2025 season? Training camp is here, and the Minnesota Vikings are turning dreams into reality at TCO Performance Center. We've got a thrilling season ahead, with big names, bold moves, and a hungry squad ready to dominate. From McCarthy's leadership to Darrisaw's epic recovery, there's so much to unpack. Let's get into the latest Vikings news and break down what's got us buzzing. What's the one thing you're most excited about this season? Drop it in the comments. The stage is set in Eagan, Minnesota, where the Vikings are kicking off their 2025 training camp with a fiery vision. General Manager Kwesi Adofo-Mensah didn't hold back, saying this team is built to show up to any fight and come out on top. That's the kind of energy we love. After acing free agency and navigating the 2025 NFL draft with precision, the Vikings are all in on supporting their young quarterback, McCarthy, as he steps into the spotlight. Can this squad live up to the hype? Let's dive into the first big takeaway. The action starts now, with rookies and quarterbacks reporting Sunday and veterans hitting the field Tuesday. The first public practice on July 26th is going to be electric. Fans, are you grabbing tickets to see it live? The Vikings are building on last year's physical camp, which elevated their run game and defensive grit. Head coach Kevin O'Connell is laser-focused on making this year's camp even tougher, setting the tone for a brutal opener against Chicago on September 8th. What do you think? Can we start the season with a statement win? McCarthy is stealing the show, and it's no surprise why. Coach O'Connell compared his presence to Josh Allen, and that's high praise. McCarthy's been grinding all offseason, from Nashville workouts to local sessions with the full squad, building chemistry with stars like Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison. His leadership is already turning heads, and teammates are feeding off his energy. Can you feel the excitement? What's your bold prediction for McCarthy's first year as the starter? Let's hear it below. The kid's got the it factor. At just 22, McCarthy's not just learning the playbook, he's owning it. O'Connell praised his comfort in the system, noting how he's mastering the mental side of the game. Whether it's nailing the right drop or reading defenses with his feet, McCarthy's showing he's ready to lead. Vikings news is buzzing about his offseason work ethic. Always in the building, always pushing. How big of an impact do you think he'll have in Week 1? Drop your thoughts in the comments. But it's not just about the offense. The Vikings culture is what sets them apart, and McCarthy's fitting right in. He's not just a quarterback. He's a leader who's earning respect from veterans like Harrison Phillips. The team's energy is contagious, and with O'Connell's system emphasizing growth, this squad is poised to gel fast. Imagine McCarthy slinging it to Jefferson in front of a roaring US Bank Stadium crowd. Gives you chills, right? What's the one play you want to see from this duo? Injury updates are looking solid. Skol fans, the Vikings are entering camp with a clean bill of health for most of the roster. Darrisaw, our Pro Bowl left tackle, is crushing his rehab after a brutal ACL and MCL tear last October. He's already back on the grass for individual drills, and O'Connell's raving about his focus. Will Darrisaw be ready to protect McCarthy's blind side by Week 1? What's your take on his recovery timeline? Let's talk about it. Right guard Will Fries and receiver Rondale Moore are also making huge strides in their rehab. Both are key pieces in the Vikings' offensive line rebuild, and O'Connell's thrilled with their progress. The only hiccups are rookies Gavin Bartholomew and Chaz Chambliss starting on the PUP list with a back and foot injury, respectively. Still, the team's depth is looking strong. How confident are you in our O-line this year? Drop a comment and let's debate. The offensive line is a cornerstone of this team's 2025 vision. After Darrisaw's injury last season, GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah moved fast, trading for Cam Robinson to hold it down. Now, with newcomers like Donovan Jackson and veterans like Brian O'Neill, this unit could be elite. ESPN's Kevin Seifert says Minnesota and Denver might have the best O-lines in the league. Can this group dominate the trenches and give McCarthy the time he needs? What's your dream O-line matchup? On defense, Josh Metellus is the name to watch. This guy's gone from special teams ace to a defensive Swiss Army knife, and he's in a contract year. Adofo-Mensah confirmed they're in great dialogue with his agent, hinting at a possible extension. Metellus is a captain and a leader in Brian Flores' explosive defense. How big would a new deal be for the Vikings? Should we lock him up before he hits free agency? Share your thoughts below. Metellus' versatility is unreal. He can play anywhere from safety to linebacker, making life miserable for opposing offenses. O'Connell called him integral to the 2025 defensive scheme, and with Flores' track record, we're in for some creative blitzes. Last year, the defense showed serious speed and communication. Can Metellus take it to another level this season? What's one defensive play you're dying to see? Hit the comments. The Vikings' defense is evolving, and it's got us hyped. Newcomers like Jonathan Allen and Javon Hargrave are already gelling, while veterans like Harrison Smith and Jeff Okudah are setting the tone. Even without Metellus at voluntary OTAs, the unit's pre-snap communication and speed were on point. With Flores calling the shots, this group could be a nightmare for QBs. What's your bold prediction for our D in 2025? Let's get those comments rolling. Now, let's talk Jordan Addison. The third-year receiver resolved his 2024 DUI case with a wet reckless plea, facing probation, fines, and online courses. But the NFL's disciplinary decision is still looming, and a suspension could be coming. GM Kwesi Adofo-Mensah said the team's ready for any scenario, with depth players itching for a shot. How do you feel about Addison's situation? Should the Vikings stand by him? Drop your take below. Addison's talent is undeniable. 133 catches, 1,786 yards, and 19 touchdowns in 2 seasons make him a key piece next to Jefferson. But his off-field issues have sparked debate. Some ex-posts from last year suggested the team was incredibly pissed off, and a 3-game suspension could cost him $200,000. If he misses time, who steps up? Jalen Nailor, Brandon Powell, or someone else? Who's your pick to fill the void? Let's hear it. The Vikings are built for depth, and that's a good thing with Addison's status up in the air. O'Connell's system thrives on versatility, and players like TJ Hawkinson and Jalen Nailor could see bigger roles. The team's been planning for this, knowing injuries or suspensions can hit any time. How deep do you think our receiver room is? Can we weather a potential Addison absence? Share your thoughts and let's keep the conversation going. This camp is all about physicality. O'Connell said last year's camp was their most intense yet, and it showed in the run game and defensive dominance. This year, with new blood on both lines, they're doubling down. The addition of Jordan Mason to pair with Aaron Jones should make our ground game lethal. How many rushing TDs do you think we'll see this season? Drop your guess in the comments. The run game struggled last year with just 9 rushing touchdowns, ranking 29th in the NFL. But with Mason's downhill power and Jones' explosive cuts, the Vikings could climb back toward their 2022 mark of 18 TDs. The offensive line's upgrades, like Will Fries and Donovan Jackson, are key to opening holes. Can this unit finally crack the top 10 in rushing? What's your take on our backfield duo? Let's talk. O'Connell's got a clear plan. Build on last year's physicality while fine-tuning every detail. From red zone efficiency to third down conversions, the Vikings are leaving no stone unturned. Fans, this is the kind of preparation that wins playoff games. What's one area you want to see the run game improve? Hit the comments and let's break it down. As we wrap up, the Vikings are on the cusp of something special. This 2025 squad is built to fight, led by a fiery McCarthy, a recovering Darrisaw, and a versatile Metellus. Training camp is where the vision becomes reality, and we're just getting started. Are you as pumped as I am for September 8th? What's the one storyline you're glued to? Drop it below. Skol Nation, this is our year. Let's keep the energy high. Smash that like button, drop your hottest takes in the comments, and subscribe for all the latest Vikings news. Share this with your fellow fans, and let's pack US Bank Stadium with purple pride. Skol Vikings!